That's a simple question.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for the questions.
What? How do we do this?
I would say...
My first question is, what would you say is the purpose of your being?
I'm not ready for the questions. Sorry, I couldn't answer that. You didn't ask me if I'm ready.
Understood. Do you need some time or some,
no, sorry.
Do you need a piece of chocolate or something? It's like
yeah, that's a hard question. What are you asking? No, that's a great question. That's a good question. Yeah, you mean like what's my purpose in life?
I guess so. Yeah. I always say purpose of your being because purpose of your life. I mean, yeah, it works the same. I whatever works for you.
The first thing I'm thinking about is simply what I think is for everyone else the same. Is like be here, get inspired, share your inspirations, and try to leave the world better than in the state you started in this world. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the purpose of your being?
The purpose of my being, I think, is to do something with other people together to create something other people can enjoy. And we can enjoy.
What inspires you?
The games industry, obviously, but I have also Kilian Eng, for example, is one of my favorite artists. And I love the Yomai CEO, Connie. She's really great, so she's also very inspiring.
Wait,
I forgot one. I love to go hiking, and I travel to Japan on foot, 1,200 kilometers. And every time when I'm thinking, fuck Corona, I can't go out, I need inspiration, I close my eyes and thinking of this trip. That's also inspiration. Sorry.
So you
walk
inspired yourself?
Kilometers?
No, 1,200 kilometers through
Japan.
Yes.
Oh, that's also a big number, Jenny, once again.
My portfolio of steps is like...
No.
So funny. With the big guns.
Yeah.
What is a beautiful day to you?
A beautiful day will start with a bit of morning rain, but just a bit. And then everything will smell very good. I am in nature, going through woods. And afterwards meeting some friends and drinking a good whiskey, talking about old stories and listening to amazing music.
What a day. What is the change you want to see in the world?
I would like to see people happier, relax a little bit, maybe be a bit kinder to each other and kinder to themselves and kinder to the environment, which is like a really big ask. But all of those things would be really nice. I think people could stand to like slow down a little bit and maybe appreciate like all of the things that we have as like a society and how far we've come.
And how do you contribute to that change you would like to see?
I contribute by making games for devices that will fill landfills for millennia. I contribute by making games that at least help people relax and connect with others and maybe find some peace and happiness and fun.
What is the purpose of your being?
Breathing, eating, pattern recognition.
We know it. What is the purpose of your being?
Yeah, honestly, I'm figuring that out, and yeah, it's hard to answer that definitively. So I would say the purpose of my being currently is to figure out the purpose of my being. Let's put it that way.
Great. Very great. The universe witnessing itself. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
What is the change you want to see in the world?
I would say that the change I would love to see is that people become aware, or perhaps more aware, of their full potential as human beings.
And how do you contribute to that?
So first, I think by talking about this stuff, you probably notice that I'm pretty open about the sticky topics like spirituality. It's like, so I'm fairly open about it. And I would say those words and the conversations is probably the main contribution that I have at this moment. Of course, the company, something like Paladin, but also the Dutch Games Association or Stormbound. I love to create organizations or ecosystems where creative people thrive. I believe that creativity is the key, or one of the keys, to really affect change. It is through art that we understand and process the world, and it is also through art that we can shift the way we see things. So art is pretty important there. And in that light, also in the future, what I hope or what I intend is to create more art. So that's one thing. And to have more conversations. Yeah, to just be out there. And yeah, we'll see where that takes me.
What would you say is the purpose of your being?
What? Just being. That's a very, I don't know, Alan Watts answer, but just being there, doing things, not being an asshole. Also important. Yeah.
The purpose of your being is being. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool. That seems about right. That's nice. That's a Alan Watts answer to an Alan Watts question.
Yeah, exactly. That
Nice.
was a setup. I sleep at least till 8. I have a very precise idea of a beautiful day.
Yes, let's hear.
Then I have a very rich and hearty breakfast containing eggs at some point.
Good man. Good man.
And then I go out. The weather is good.
Yeah, it better be.
It better be good.
Not
Excuse
great.
me, weatherman. I was planning a beautiful day today.
Yeah. Exactly good. What's the
And-
temperature like?
And then it's 28 degree, perfect short pants weather. And then I don't know. I'm with people I enjoy, which is my family and also my friends. And I'm just outside, and there's probably some trees, and I can just drink coffee and look at people passing by. That's like a very relaxed, perfect day. And at one point I take a bath. that's also in there.
In what type of receptacle? Like the sea, a lake,
It doesn't
a
matter. It's
bathtub?
just water.
Marble bathtub.
A marble bath.
In Milan. And at one point during the beautiful day, I take a bath in a marble bathtub in Milan. So I better be there.
Yeah, that's it. That's my very precise idea of a great day. I should be more slow in things and not turn it down a notch. I would say that would be a great change, and that also refers to spending more time with people you like and going to the nature and all of that. But this answer is clearly influenced from the last 1.5 years. But that would be great, because this would also imply probably not emitting too much carbon, maybe, and also removing some of that stress a lot of people feel. So I think this more slowness.
What inspires you?
The Secret of Monkey Island.
Straight
And
talk.
oh man, let's talk more about Monkey Island, because I have no. But so that's the.
Do you have
the
some
funny,
time to talk about Monkey Island?
Yeah. So that's the funny answer, but of that part of it is true. But what inspires me a lot is art of people who just make things that fulfill them, and they mostly make it for themselves, and they dare to be vulnerable in that art and show it publicly. I think this is very strong, and there are parts of me that I haven't shown in my art, but it inspires me when people do that, and I hope I'll be strong to show more. And
yeah, you already are. We talked about it a little bit, and there's vulnerability, right, in what you're saying. Hey, what's the change you want to see in the world? And second question right behind it, how do you contribute to it?
Yeah, so I think we can all see how extremely scattered and split our society is right now, and it's just like getting worse. And I personally, what can I do? I'm, of course, it's very limited, but to my extent, what I can try to do is on the one hand, contribute with my research to use tools to make digital tools maybe a little bit more, I don't know, easier to understand, explain things like AI and games to the society, try to, I don't know, make everything happen in my limits or to my knowledge, to explain and make it more accessible, especially these future digital worlds and virtual worlds.
Yes, for sure. I think we will see a lot of that. What inspires you?
Altruism, so altruistic mindsets from leaders, no matter of what sex, color, orientation, religion, and money, who are just doing something which humans should do as beings on our planet. Reunite and not compete.
What is the purpose of your being?
Love.
Nice. I can. That's so good. Love. Very good. What inspires you?
My family.
What is a beautiful day to you?
Sun, stuff that interests me intellectually, stuff that takes me away from intellectualism, and music making, and hanging out with friends and family. Good food, of course.
Of course. I was going to ask. Okay, and here's that. So what is the change you want to see in the world?
That we all realize that we're brothers and sisters.
How do you contribute to it?
I try to do my thing in my work.
What's a beautiful day to you?
A beautiful day usually involves my friends, good food, good music, potentially just some sunshine and some nature, and that's it. That's my when I look back at the days that I enjoy most, and probably it's usually a constellation of that.
What inspires you?
So I would say two things. One is turnaround characters. Like I love an underdog story. I love a Mike Tyson story, coming from nowhere, getting to somewhere, and then just in between realizing it's a super complicated and complex character. And the other one is just artistic expression of any kind, be that music, be that art, be that culinary, be that games, design, whatever it is, where I sit and I'm like, how does this get out of somebody's head into reality? It's just absolutely mind-blowing.
Hell yeah. What inspires you?
How do we do this? Do we just go one by one?
You go first. One each, and you can go like super fast or
super
something.
Fast.
No,
I say unique and authentic expression.
Same, and vibey moments, sort of moments in time that have a very specific atmosphere.
What would you say is the purpose of your being?
Food, eating food and making music.
Yeah, I think eating food and making music in an authentic way. I would love eating authentically. No, I mean eating.
Can you stop always saying just the same?
Yeah. I always.
I got all the answers. That's the issue. Is you have to.
You just know. Yeah.
Okay. I found a different take on it. Authenticity, finding authenticity, not only in myself but also in things I consume. So, when we're talking about eating food, finding food that someone made from their soul.
Nice. Soul food.
What is the change you want to see in the world?
Well, that's a simple question. More loving.
Yeah, more loving, and I think Again, authenticity. I'm coming back to it a lot.
Just give the same answer to every question.
You can,
also,
of course.
Also, dinner prices.
Hey,
have
but a
to go
different take.
down.
Yeah. Okay. Now the question is, how do you contribute to that?
Yeah, but I guess in this game context, finding teams where you can do that with, express yourself with, what we said earlier, nice loop back, because then you can create a product together which strives away from the sort of, let's take a formula and repeat it until everyone thinks that they only want this formula, which happens in TV shows or something, in my opinion, a lot. Like I love older TV shows as where they didn't discover a formula yet, and there wasn't like producers that said, but now you need a cliffhanger because we got to make more money. That's how we want to contribute to this authenticity, by finding partners that see the same thing and then put that into the world.
Yeah, and music is always like, I don't know, it's always about sharing as well. It's about ego, I think, sometimes, but ideally it's about sharing, and that's the laugh.
Nice. Guys, this sounds really good. It sounds like you have money in the bank and wine in the tank.
I was just going to think, is he going to say the whole title? But yes.
Heck yes.
Heck yes. A pneumatic press.
Who comes up with your song titles?
I saw this
on that one.
I saw this. Sorry, what did you say?
Mostly Leo on that one. He had he had a good run.
Yeah, I had a day of great titles. I don't know where that came from.
All in one day. It must have been a good day for a Chardonnay. What is a beautiful day to you?
It also has a lot of aspects to it, I could say a beautiful day is when I got shit done and I felt happy about it, but that rarely happens anymore, because when I worked at a job, you would get the kind of external validation and you would kind of plan your work and you were able to complete that scope and you were good. But when you work in your own company, you can never work enough, kind of thing. There's always more stuff you can do. So I wouldn't say that anymore, but I would say a beautiful day for me is probably when I get some more perspective on life. And so I do a lot of backpacking. Like, I'm the kind of person who would just, take my backpack and go to an airport, go to a train station and just kind of figure out my destination from there and kind of let the adventure lead me, so to say. And so for me, one of the best things is when I get out of my comfort zone, I go someplace where I haven't really been. I'm sitting there looking at the landscape. And you know what? I'm not thinking about my meetings tomorrow. I'm not thinking about my rent. I'm not thinking about all these social things that I need to do. Like, I'm just there enjoying nature, and for once in my life, I'm finally sitting there and looking in the moment and not just living in the future. I'm actually living in the moment. I'm taking in the smells. I'm feeling the surface of things. I'm feeling the temperature and the wind in my face. And I'm getting a little bit perspective to these things that you say, a little bit life and purpose and where I am and where I want to go and why. And I just kind of, just enjoying the moment and the day and the world that we live in while we still can.
What inspires you, Steven?
Yeah, so much, actually. I feel inspiration a lot. And I think I was trying to find a common thread, and not to get woo-woo, but I think the common thread in things that inspire me would be love. So, and that boils down to like people that really care and that act from the heart. And so like when I see people selflessly helping others, that's really inspiring. We're seeing that a lot more now, which is wonderful. And I think, for a long time, a lot of people just have especially in big cities, people have their heads down, running around, worrying about their lives and not really thinking about others. And so that part of it is really inspiring. Yesterday when I was just arrived here in Tel Aviv, like the waitress at this cafe I sat down in, and it just gave me a huge smile and was like, welcome. And I was like, wow, that is super, super like inspiring in a way, because she doesn't know me from Adam. Right. And she decided to, extend, like a really warm welcome. And I love that. And tying it into, games, people that love what they do, right? Devotion to your craft, people that love what they do and put everything into it, right? That could be absolutely game developers, right? But also musicians, athletes who put in the work and give it their all, right? That's super inspiring. One of the reasons why I go to a lot of gigs and that kind of thing. And then, I don't know, have you guys ever spent I travel a lot, so I spend a lot of time in airports, but I don't know if you guys ever did this, but as a happy accident, I was with some friends and we were waiting in the arrivals hall of the airport and seeing people reunite and just like, the love that they give each other. That's also super inspiring, right? The love that a partner has for their partner or for a child has for their parent. That really makes my heart go crazy. And I find a lot of inspiration from that.
Nice. Nice. Oh, just me and my homies hang out in the arrivals hall, soaking up the love from the people. What would you say is the purpose of your being?
I don't think there's like a big purpose per se. The purpose that I myself decided to have right now is to try to help the German startup ecosystem.
What is a beautiful day to you?
Beautiful day is like getting up, getting a nice walk with my dog in good weather, working out, and then going to the office and work. And then maybe like have some social activity in the evening.
What inspires you?
Inspired people. I work a lot with energy. So for me, when I see people having energy and, something that they're passionate about, they want to fight for it, something that animates them, I'm really inspired and energized by the presence of that. Even like our conversation today is really nice. I'm inspired by people who are inspired and have a drive to do something.
Sweet. And thank you. What would you say is the purpose of your being?
Yeah, so the reason of my being, so I identified like really enabling others and connecting people. So I do have a lot of energy and I see what people don't see sometimes about themselves, and I see how they could match as a group and glue and create something great together. So that's my way of enabling others. It's like creating groups and communities, teams, like a puzzle, complementing people and then let the magic happen.
Question number 4. What is the change you want to see in the world?
Well, people learning more to love themselves, because I like learning more about anthropology, history, psychology. A lot of things that are done are also filling a gap that is in yourself, right? I mean, it's I don't want to generalize, but it has a lot of origins there. So if you're already whole with yourself, the kind of decision you can make, I think would be, more beneficial for others around you.
And how do you contribute to this change that you want to see?
Creating the tools to give awareness that there are things that you can learn about yourself, that a lot of things that you think are coming from outside or caused by the outside are actually coming from the inside.
What is something you believe that you think most people would disagree with?
Don't like that a lot of people are not paying a lot of attention to other people and other beings for some reason. I always feel like when I'm going somewhere, people, or I don't know if I am paying too much attention, but like it doesn't happen that I'm stepping on somebody's foot or like once in a blue moon or something. And I feel like people are constantly stepping on my feet. And I don't know if it's blue moon, if it's a coincidence that it's blue moon for them, for all of them in one day or something, or if they're just not paying attention to me and to other things also. So maybe one weird thing that I'm doing is when it's raining and there is like rainworms on the street, I pick them up and put them back on the grass and everybody else just walks over them. And I'm kind of like, aren't they also beings that don't want to be walked over as my feet are too? Yeah. But then again, it's also weird because, now it's getting very psychological and again, stuff philosophical, because then again I also feel like I am a being and there is like tiny beings right now on my hand that I can't even see, and if I just clap them together, they're also dying. So it's kind of weird that the rainworms matter and these don't. So yeah, it's probably all a thing of perspective, I guess. Yeah, that was